Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll just get back in the goddamn rowboat. Jesus Christ. Commander Taiho. Execute Order 66. Wipe them out. All of them. Yes, it's that time again. And holy mother of God, do I have a game for you today. This is not me playing, so you don't get to potato around with Hadders, but instead we get to, God knows what around, with IJN Taiho, one of TTT's own, one of our carrier players. Taiho is going to show us how it's done today. He is, well, let's just say simply a pro. I didn't know what is about to happen is possible, but effectively this is possibly, and I don't want to put too much sort of emphasis on this, but this is possibly the greatest game of ranked I have ever seen. Now I'm sure more amazing things may have happened in reality, but in this particular game, or certainly from what I've ever seen, this is the greatest game ever. So ranked, what should be noted is it's 7 versus 7, so there's only 7 on each team. Taiho is in an IJN Hiryu, as opposed to his IJN Taiho, like his name would suggest. And, well, he's going to kick some ass. He is against a Saipan on the enemy team. So the setups here, they have a destroyer each side. They've got 3 cruisers each. They've got 2 battleships each. In fact, is it 4 cruisers? Yep, Hadders can't read. 4 cruisers each, 1 battleship each, and then the carriers. So what I've done here is I'm going to have a bit of a mix of Taiho's view and a free cam in order to give some of the best bits some more context, as opposed to, whilst it's amazing seeing it from his view with the top down mass clicking and the micromanaging that's going on, a lot of it you can't really see what's going on, so I've captured it from the free cam as well, just to show those epic drops. So Taiho's team, oh look at the strafe there, Jesus. So Taiho's strafed the living hell out of the enemy. Unfortunately he still gets a couple of hits, but you know, he did his best. So straight away Taiho's team is actually doing pretty good. They've captured B, they've committed all together, they seem to be working as a team. Smoke has been dropped, but they've just lost Ashores already. I tried to pan over to him as he gets obliterated, but he's already gone. So straight away they've already lost a guy 2.5 minutes in, which is unfortunate, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. Their presence in B pretty strong. The enemy are coming in pretty ham right now. They're coming up from the south there, and they seem to be coming also to grab B, and they've also got a guy going into A. Now I'm going to pan across here against this enemy Fiji here. Now Taiho does a perfect double drop. This guy's already broadside on. There is nothing he can do. He tries to turn away, despite the good manoeuvring, just no chance. He's gone already. So Taiho's even the score. It's 1 cruiser apiece, with a devastating strike there. So there's his first epic medal. Pan across to the action in B, and what seems to be going on here is the friendly ships are clustering up, trying to take cover, and they're getting themselves in a reasonable position with only 1 destroyer to drop smoke, and unfortunately it's a Japanese destroyer. Their smoke doesn't last very long, so he can't do as much smoke wise as everyone else. He's predominantly a torpedo boat. The guns aren't bad, and if he has a torpedo reload module, then he can pump out 16 at a time, which is pretty damn good, which would be useful now against that enemy smoke if he had the range. I can't quite see if they're in range. They probably are, to be fair. Friendly Belfast today, smoking up there. You'll notice in ranked there's a hell of a lot of premiums about the enemy Saipan to Belfast. There's a Scharnhorst, I believe. So there's a lot going on. There are a lot of normal boats as well, but there's a lot of premium boats going on in ranked at the moment. No Bliskers or Whiskers in this game though, which is interesting because I would have thought they'd be quite popular. Now IJN, you'll see the ribbons popping up there, shooting down planes all day long, and I've focused on the friendly Shiratsuyu here. So the enemy Saipan has come in with his dive bombers, and even though the Shiratsuyu's smoked, he's dropping his torpedoes there, and I think he's got some idea where he is in that smoke because he's only just dropped it. So he follows up with a second. Taiho tries to just blow them out of the sky at the last minute, and unfortunately the Shiratsuyu's gone. So there's the destroyer gone. Things are starting to fall apart over here. I pan across as Taiho blows things out of the sky there to the Gneiser now. And straight away you can see this Gneiser now is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to pound it into the middle of the enemy team there. He takes a torpedo, he's down to no health, and he's dead. So there goes their battleship. So now we've just got the 3 cruisers and Taiho, who's sort of going towards the corner of the map there, against almost the entire enemy team. They're only 1 cruiser down. And the enemy team are coming in hard. Now coming in this close, the Scharnhorst is pretty damn effective, especially against cruisers, because that is its thing. Taiho bombs it there, sets one fire, which is pretty good, sets another fire immediately after, and he must have just taken a torpedo in that last volley we saw there, because he can't repair. So he's going to burn for a little while now. Enemy Fiji's trying to stay close to his Scharnhorst. I'm guessing he's providing him with anti-air cover, so a lot of teamwork going on at both teams, which is fantastic to see. Some rounds going into the Belfast there. Now, the Miyoko charging in the other side, and you can see him getting hit up pretty hard at this range, and I believe he gets nailed by one of the Belfast, so not well done to them. Now 3 lost on our team, 2 on their team. Taiho loses a lot of his planes coming in there because the Scharnhorst has pretty dangerous AA. He unfortunately doesn't score a hit there. I believe it probably ran too short and didn't arm, but he hits the Fiji nice and hard for a double hit there with the torpedoes. Scharnhorst is struggling, and Fiji probably isn't having a very good day anymore. The Belfasts are trying to run away, but they are getting pounded on the way out, and you can see the torpedoes coming in from the side there. He's had it. That many torpedoes, even he knows he can turn away as much as he likes, but it's all over. So the Belfast is gone, leaving Taiho with just 1 other ship. The ship being in the distance there being another Belfast. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for this guy either. Oh no, Salalai, it's a Miyoko. In the software I'm using to watch this, trust me, you can't see anything when you're actually recording voice. So the Miyoko takes 1 hit, he takes another hit. In fact, no, a perfect cross drop by the enemy carrier, and he gets obliterated. So now, Taiho is the last hope. That message that everyone gets, that everyone hates, and knows that against 5 enemies in World of Warships, probably don't stand a chance. It's never great. In World of Tanks, you've seen lots of people stand up against these odds like, yeah, no dramas in their insane tanks, and World of Tanks is a much more fluid game. World of Warships, if you get caught short, then it's all over. And so 1 against 5, even in the carrier, you're not looking at great odds. So Taiho trying to even the odds by doing away with his Scharnhorst, and he gets a couple of good hits and fire. I think he's holding the other set off to see if the guy will repair, but the Scharnhorst here is no fool. He's going to save his repair for when the other set try and bomb him. Lots of plane kills still, so the plane kills going up. The damage slowly wearing up as well. Now the enemy destroyer pops up to Taiho's east, and destroyers are deadly to carriers because they can get close quick. So Taiho goes after him with some planes. His bombers are keeping him lit up. I don't know whether they're going to drop on him or not. But Taiho's focus, I believe, is now this Shiratsuyu, who's coming straight at him. Now, he's trying to get himself wedged into the corner. All the enemy ships are working fantastically well together, and he bombs the Scharnhorst again, probably to set him on fire again. He's trying to get himself away, but all of them are moving in at the same time, and this is a great move by the enemy to try and wear him down. Taiho looks like he's toying with the Shiratsuyu here. I think he's just trying to make sure he gets a good drop, because he wants to make sure he gets this guy down. Now he breaks 1 off and does the drop. The Shiratsuyu does what everyone would do and turns away, and he gets the second set straight in, ready to go. There's his high caliber for the 2nd awesome award, and there's nothing the Shiratsuyu can do here, and that is skill. So he didn't cross drop because he didn't need to. He waited until the guy put himself into a position where he couldn't turn away or towards, and he was just done for. I quite like the way he did that, because I'm not a carrier player, so this is all new to me and impressive to me. So what Taiho did there, I personally think was excellent. So instead of doing the cross drop and risking sort of screwing it up or getting it wrong or timing it wrong, he just bided his time, dropped one set, then dropped the other set. You can see this shot here, the 3 ships coming in, they look fantastic there. The 2 British Fijis and the Scharnhorst. Taiho has already dispatched ships to try and do away with these guys. He's shooting down planes as well, so he must be wrecking the ones that are trying to bomb him. And I believe his torpedo alarm's going off because he's going to get hit. He bombs someone again for another fire, so he's doing well on fires here. Now the Scharnhorst has managed to stay alive on relatively low health, but he's doing pretty good. The 2 Fijis now are moving in, and you can see they're within a few kilometres of Taiho. They're getting dangerously close. I think he throws his fighters in there to try and draw as much of the AA as possible, so he's actually sort of throwing them into harm's way so that he can get decent drops with everyone else. Now the Fiji here doesn't even seem to try and avoid those torpedoes. He gets hit by 2 and nailed, so Taiho's now made it up. He's now only 3 against 1. He bombs the Scharnhorst again and gets the double strike and an arsonist, so he absolutely nails him to the wall. And we got another drop in on here in the Fiji, so he's getting wrecked. So we've got epic medals literally flowing out the eyeballs. I haven't got a couple of these in a long time, so just to get all of these in one game this quickly is impressive. So the last Fiji is coming in, and Taiho now has a little bit of breathing space because he knows he's safe behind the rock, and he knows that the enemy carrier can't really come close to him with the amount of fighters Taiho has. I assume that the enemy carrier either doesn't have any fighters left or he was strike. So yeah, no enemy fighters to speak of. He sets the Fiji on fire, and I believe he probably can't repair because he got bombed a minute ago. And Taiho is, as I say, he's put himself in a great position. You can see he can't even hit him there. Here come the torpedo bombers. The guy pretty much knows he's done for. He doesn't even seem to be trying to turn. He's desperately trying at the end there. British turning circle on the Fiji's not amazing, and he gets nailed as well for the Kraken. So we're going to have to release the Kraken! But we don't have enough time for you, cute Kraken, because let's just look at what's going on. We got the planes coming in, it's all getting hairy. And Taiho is now wondering whether he should ram the Saipan or whether he should try and bomb him out, because these are his last planes, as he announces at the bottom there. So we can see he's down to, I think he has 2 spare torpedo bombers left, but that's it. He has no spare bombers and no spare fighters. This is it. So he has to get his strikes off and hope for the absolute best. Now he's going to head towards the enemy Saipan, while I believe the Saipan is also heading towards him. The enemy have both caps, so if he does nothing decisive, that's pretty much game over. And if he gets all his planes shot down, that's definitely game over, because there's nothing he can do about it. Now if he'd done the ram, unfortunately he's probably still would have lost on points, unless that forces a draw. The enemy Saipan still has some planes left, and Taiho comes straight in with the bombers. I think he's trying to get flooding as quickly as he can, then re-land his planes and do it again. So his fighters are there, I believe, to try and draw fire as well as shoot things down. He manages to get 1 bomb away there, which does cause flooding, which is nice. It's sometimes quite unusual to get flooding. There's the Clear Sky Award and the Confederates. He drops another set of torpedoes and he gets another hit with flooding again, and he knocks the guy's rudder out. Now unfortunately I think the Saipan was still under repair there, so he's not actually doing damage anymore. He's still trying to draw fire, but you can see now, classic carrier tactic, he's done 1 drop and now he's going to do another. So he sets a double fire on the Saipan, and unfortunately he is going to burn. There's nothing he can do about it. He's used his repair, and you see the stray set of torpedo bombers coming in there. These guys are the heroes. Now this guy, this poor pilot, he gets shot down right at the end there, but he gets his bomb away, and this is the most important thing in the game. He gets a hit and it causes flooding. So now the Saipan has double fires and flooding. Taiho, you can see there, is still thinking about ramming, but he says, no, I got this. The guy's burning to death, and he knows that he's done it. He's actually done it. He gets the Witherer at the end there just for a cheeky last medal and gets the kill. Well, what a round. So that is a solo warrior, a confederate, a double strike, an arsonist, a witherer, a kraken, a devastating strike, a clear skies, and a high caliber. For 179,000 damage when there were only 7 enemy ships, 17 torpedo hits, 14 bomb hits, 33 plane kills, 6 kills, 8 fires, and 10 floodings. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I have actually seen someone get more medals, but not in ranked. That is absolutely ridiculous. Moving on to the next screen, we have the team scores. So we can see here that Ijin Taiho in his Hiryu got 2,821 base experience in a carrier, which is ridiculous with the carrier economies. You can see he really carried massively in this game. Going on to the damage done on the detailed report, you can see just how much damage he did to each ship. So he pretty much totaled the Scharnhorst and the Saipan. All 3 of the Fijis, he took most of their health, and the destroyer. So he had a crack at every single ship bar 1, directly damaging all of them. He just about qualified for his Witherer there. He actually didn't get any secondary battery hits, which I thought he might do on the Saipan getting that close, but apparently not. I am reliably informed that the Hiryu carries 72 aircraft, which means that with an aircraft loss of 60, he only had 12 left, which really was desperate times, as from what I could see, quite a lot of them were fighters. So he barely pulled through. On the final screen then, you can see why the carrier economy is a little bit low. So for his epic, masterful, crazy game, he got 312,000 credits, which looks like a lot, and it is a half-decent haul, but it's not really becoming of what he managed to achieve in that game. His XP earned wasn't bad, his commander XP earned was pretty good, so yeah, a pretty good haul on the game. I've been Hadders, and that was IJN Taiho of TTT showing you how it's done in carriers and how to play ranked and carry like an absolute boss. Thanks so much for sending me the replay. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.